What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? My name is David DeFranco from daviddefran.co, as well as my basement. I figured in a recent video, the audio sounded great, so why not record another video down here? I mean, listen to this. The acoustics are amazing. Also, not so fun fact, this is just a heads up, for my fellow Mac users. Ever since I upgraded to the macOS Golden Gate beta, developer beta, this is back when it came out a couple months ago. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, the voice isolation feature, it still does not work in Final Cut Pro. And I used that feature all the time. It took away the reverb, it took away background noise upstairs. So until then, why not record more videos down here? Anyway, guys, the iPhone 18 event is just weeks away. By the time you see this, we're probably about 2 weeks away from the event, and it wouldn't surprise me if Apple rolls out, the official invites to people who are more worthy than myself within the next few days. This is a huge event, potentially the biggest Apple event in a long time, next to the Apple Vision Pro. Yes, that thing wasn't exactly a big seller, but it was a big risk Apple took. They actually tried something different. They tried something new for once. And I think the Vision Pro looks incredible. Have I used one? No. Will I use one? Yes, eventually. I would love to buy a used one at some point for like $1,500. That's like my cutoff point for a VR headset. But even then, how often would I use it? I don't know. And I'll talk about that in regards to the iPhone Ultra or iPhone Fold, whatever Apple's going to call it, in a few minutes. Okay, let's jump into it. Heads up, I do have my notes behind you guys on a Windows machine. Sickening, I know. Absolutely disgusting if you ask me. But it's the best thing I can do right now for my notes. So, the iPhone 18 is inevitable. But when? So let's talk about what we're actually going to be seeing in a couple weeks. But keep in mind, just because something is announced early September, it doesn't mean it's coming out right away. Realistically speaking, a lot of this stuff won't come out until later September or maybe even October or potentially November. I mean, the iPhone Ultra, I think, is going to come out in very small quantities, maybe some kind of reserve exclusive list. I don't know. So yes, in other words, there's a lot of tech coming out, especially for Apple fanboys like myself, because we're going to be wondering, well, should I buy this? Should I buy that? Well, let's talk about it. All right, so this is really interesting. To start things out, Apple's actually expected to announce the iPhone 18, the standalone, the standard iPhone 18 next year. Yes, it's rumored to come out in spring of 2027. This is really surprising. I mean, it kind of makes sense because it keeps the iPhone in the news. It keeps people feeling hyped. And plus, they obviously want to push more sales towards the iPhone 18 Pro and the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and especially the iPhone Ultra, iPhone Fold, whatever they're going to call it. This is a big year for Apple. So in my opinion, this makes perfect sense. There's no need for them to release the iPhone 18, 18 Pro, 18 Pro Max, and the 18 Ultra all within weeks of one another. I don't know. There's just too much going on. So holding the iPhone 18 off until spring of 2027, it makes sense to me from a business perspective. All right, so let's focus on the iPhone 18 Pro Max. This is the one I'm going to be buying no matter what. First of all, I'm extremely happy with my iPhone Air. Like, I love this phone. It actually felt like something new from Apple. It didn't feel incremental. If anything, it took away features. I only have one camera on the rear. And guys, I gotta be honest with you, this has not been a huge deal breaker for me at all. If anything, I love how light this is. And as much as I'm looking forward to owning the Pro Max again, I'm not looking forward to having something bulkier and much, much heavier than this. This is light, like a croissant. Okay, so in terms of wish list, and yes, this video, I'm going to focus on my wish list items and realistic rumors and predictions. My wish list item for the iPhone 18 Pro Max is that we get something truly innovative, maybe something with the cameras, like something that just makes it feel new and innovative and worth owning. Something like live photos. I am a big fan of live photos. Now, I know for a fact a lot of people turn this feature off. Me personally, it's one of my favorite features about the iPhone. Check it out. You take a picture, but at the same time, it saves a little movie in a way, and sometimes you can get funny things in there, And so I'm a huge fan of live photos. So If we can get something that changes the way I take pictures and view my pictures with the 18 Pro Max, please give that to me. Apple, I'm trying to give you my money. But I want Apple to rewind a little bit and give users like myself just a simple dark gray, space gray, black, whatever. I want something simple like that. I don't want to have to be stuck with a color that I don't like for the next 12 months. And if I have to, then I'll go with a white iPhone 18 Pro Max. I mean, it's better than going with orange or blue, in my opinion. All right, so focusing on the rumors in regards to the iPhone 18 Pro Max. First up is a smaller dynamic island. I'm a big fan of it right here. I mean, look at this. It looks pretty big right now because I was at the lock screen. But once you go home on your home screen, that's the actual size of the dynamic island as of right now, August 2026. But I would like it to be a little smaller. So apparently that's happening, and I'm all for it. A variable aperture is big in the rumor mill this year with the iPhone 18 Pro Max cameras. Okay, so nerdiness aside, basically this is going to give us more control over depth of field, which I'm all for. Next up is the A20 Pro. Apparently this is a first generation 2nm process. It's going to give us faster performance, in theory, better battery life. This is something I always expect year to year to year. So nothing revolutionary, but I'm obviously not against it. More battery is always a good thing. Or is it? More on that in a moment. Simplified camera control. Let's be honest, the camera control button, most people, if you're like me, you simply use it to launch the camera. I mean, I know I do, don't you? I extremely rarely use the slide mechanics and all that stuff to adjust depth of field. I would much rather just do that myself on the actual screen. So simplifying the camera control button to just be a simple button or pressure sensitive, that's fine with me. Simplify it. But please don't take it away, because I really like having more buttons on the side. I've got this for my flashlight, and I've got this for my camera, and of course I can hold it for visual intelligence, which I do use now and then. I'm actually curious. Let me see, will this recognize me? Okay, it's doing a Google search, and it brought up glasses. I mean, it didn't not work. Now let's go back to the battery. Apparently we're gonna have a larger battery, nearly 10% larger than what we already have on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, which means a thicker, slightly heavier design. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too crazy about that because I am so used to having the iPhone Air. Again, this is light, like a croissant. Daryl Philbin gets it. Seriously though, this thing is so incredibly light. For someone like me to go back to the big, heavy, thick, chunky Pro Max iPhone lineup, it's gonna be a little weird at first. Now, of course, I'll get used to it in like a week or two. It's not gonna not make me want to buy it. But still, it's gonna be a little daunting going from something so light to something so much heavier and thicker. Now let's talk about the iPhone Ultra. Actually, you know what? Let's not talk about it because I already have a video all about the iPhone Ultra, and I'll put the video at the end of this video on the end card. Basically, long story short, I'm not too interested in buying the iPhone Ultra, and it's got nothing to do with, you know, it being an iPhone or it not being an Android device or whatever. Me personally, I'm just not huge on the whole foldable thing. I'm sure Apple's gonna do a fantastic job. I'm sure it's gonna be great for multitaskers, but if I'm multitasking, I'm doing that on my MacBook Pro. So, I mean, I don't wanna have to open up my iPhone every time I wanna do anything realistic. This is fine for me, a nice, simple, rectangular phone. It does everything I need it to do. But with that said, I'm still extremely curious and extremely excited to see what Apple does in regards to the iPhone Ultra, iPhone Fold, whatever. Because, well, Apple's never, ever done a foldable iPhone before. Like, this is a huge deal in itself, and I'm so curious to see what they do. Yes, I don't want to own one, but man, am I so anxious and so excited and so curious to see how Apple approaches their take on a foldable phone. However, I had to throw this in real quick, and this goes for anything, whether it's Android, iOS, whatever. If the iPhone Fold has even the slightest hint of a crease that you can see or feel, I'm not interested. It needs to be perfectly flat, so I'm so curious to see if Apple can pull it off from an engineering perspective. So there you go, those are my thoughts on the iPhone Ultra for this video. But again, I do have a dedicated video on the iPhone Ultra at the end of this video. And now let's talk about the AirPods Ultra. First of all, these have officially been leaked by Apple. It's incredibly rare that Apple accidentally leaks their own product, but apparently they leaked it in a release build or whatever of macOS Golden Gate. So somebody found a video buried within the files showing you how to use the AirPods Ultra and the built-in cameras to scan items around you. So Apple quite literally spoiled it. So yes, we are getting AirPods Ultra, or whatever they're gonna call it. It's pretty much, I mean, it's unofficially confirmed, if that makes sense. They are happening. Now, are they coming out during the iPhone 18 event? I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the fact that the video is built into macOS Golden Gate kind of points to, you know, I mean, yeah, we're getting the AirPods Ultra by maybe as late as December. But my wishlist item is make the cameras useful. I don't see the need to wear AirPods and have them constantly be viewing my environment. If I want to scan something, I'm going to use my phone. It's always better for that anyway. It's a higher quality camera. But speaking of camera, there's a lot of privacy concerns around the possibility of cameras quite literally being within your ears all day while you're out in the city, out at work, walking into public restrooms. But apparently the cameras are not going to be high resolution cameras like we have on our phone. They're going to be high resolution enough to scan items like this Yoshi graphic or this chicken wing. Yes, this is mine. I'm very proud of it. Hello, baby. But seriously, I mean, yeah, it might be a huge concern, but Apple really needs to do a good job at saying, look, privacy is incredibly important to us. These are not actual cameras. They're more like scanners in a way that are built specifically to scan items and not people, not anything around you in a high resolution format. So yeah, in theory, you can wear these AirPods in the bathroom. I mean, I personally wouldn't. I consider myself to be a decent human being. I'd put them in the case, put them in my pocket, go about there and pee all over the walls. That's what I would personally do. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like a feature anybody really needs. Apple, in my opinion, it sounds like they're trying to fix an issue that doesn't even present itself. I mean, again, we have cameras on iPhones. Like, Apple, you're doing it already. But I get it. I mean, I get it. I mean, they're trying. And I love that Apple is trying something new. Because let's be honest, if they weren't coming out with the AirPods Ultra, we would just get better AirPods, with better battery life and better noise canceling. It's the same stuff every single time they announce it. It's just bigger, bigger in terms of battery life. It's better, it's faster. It's just, it's better all around. So to give us something slightly controversial, I'm all for it, because I'm definitely curious to see if they can pull it off. I mean, Meta's already in hot water with the glasses. So could Apple get away with it? I don't know. But speaking of that, bonus mention, I really do want glasses from Apple. I mean, I myself am actually in the market for those Meta AI glasses. I'm a big fan of the concept. The AirPods Ultra, in a way, could be trainers for actual Apple smart glasses in a couple years. I mean, in my opinion, that seems like it makes sense. I mean, the iPhone Air, in a way, was kind of like a training device for the iPhone Ultra, the iPhone Fold. So, we'll see. Only time will tell. And finally, the last item on the list, the Apple Watch Series 12. As you can see, I'm a big fan of wearing my Apple Watch. No, I haven't worn my Apple Watch in months, and even then, I haven't upgraded my Apple Watch in quite a while. I just don't wear the Apple Watch all that often. I've just lost a lot of interest in it. Now, am I still interested in owning one? Absolutely. So this might be my year to finally upgrade and keep my Apple Watch. But I'm just not a big watch guy. I've got everything in my phone. But I'm not gonna lie, it is really nice getting notifications, getting alerts on your wrist, where you can just quickly glance down instead of having to, open up. You're then presented with your home screen, and then before you know it, you're doom scrolling on Instagram for 20 minutes. I'm guilty. I'm extremely guilty of doing that. So hey, a new Apple Watch, I'm all for it. Will I buy it? I don't know. But if there's anything I'm pretty sure, like 99% certain that I'll buy from the iPhone 18 event, it's the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Probably the lowest storage, which is probably going to be like 512 gigabytes. I currently have on this phone, let me see, 256 gigabytes. And I still have 74 gigabytes free. You know why? Well, because a lot of my stuff is in the cloud. Times are changing. Like, storage to me isn't as important as it was like 5 years ago. So, but hey, regardless of what's going to be announced or what's not going to be announced, I'm upgrading pretty much no matter what. The iPhone Air has treated me extremely well. I'm going to miss the lightness, the lightweight, the thinness of it. But it might be time to go back to something thicker and potentially, well, definitely better in regards to battery life. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on the iPhone 18 event? Let me know right below. Are you going to be upgrading? Are you even interested in the iPhone Fold? And especially, are you anxious? Are you nervous about the AirPods Ultra? Do you want people wearing AirPods around you with cameras? Now, me personally, I don't care. That stuff has never, ever bothered me. If anything, I think the technology is fascinating. But I'm not most people. Most people probably don't like the idea of cameras being around you at all times. I mean, look at the whole thing with the flock cameras. People don't like being out there in the public. But hey, I'm a vlogger. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I don't mind putting myself out there. But I can definitely understand the privacy concerns in regards to Apple, Meta, and whatever. But hey, either way, it's going to be a very exciting event. This is the biggest iPhone event in a long time, and I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and well, I'll talk to you later. Peace.